Welcome to Jim Totino Field at Totino Grace High School in Fridley. It's Northwest Suburban Conference Boys Soccer coming up for you on CCX. Tonight it's the Osseo Orioles paying a visit here to Totino Grace. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox along with Sig Ligry. And Sig, let's start with Totino Grace, defending state Class A champion, defending champion of this Northwest Suburban Conference, and they look every bit as good as this year here in 2018.
Yeah, it's like they haven't even slowed down or changed. They've had a couple changes in roster, obviously, but yeah, the program is solid. They've been playing solid this year. They lost 2 games, but they were out of state. Otherwise, they are undefeated in conference and undefeated in state. So they're marching on just like they picked up from last year.
The Osseo team is right at the 500 mark. They've had a couple tough losses, but they've had some good wins. And I think the victory over Champlain Park last week was really one that opened some eyes around the conference, and it really got Totino Grace's attention, knowing that you better be ready or Osseo can beat you.
Exactly. That's what we were talking earlier with the coach, that yeah, they did win the last game, but that was the last game. Now they got to face Osseo, and as he mentioned, they beat Champlain Park, so they do have a team that's capable of beating you. They got a 4-4-1 record, but they're better than the record indicates.
Let's talk about key players to look at in today's game. Both of them pretty dynamic and offensive threats. Prince Massaquoi for Osseo has done a nice job this season.
At number 13, he's got 9 goals and 0 assists. Lots of speed, lots of versatility. They're going to have to keep an eye on him.
And a guy who helped Grace to the state championship last year is going to Indiana to play soccer in college, Herbert Endley.
Number 10 forward, 15 goals, 6 assists. I mean, what more can you say about a guy? We've seen him before. Fantastic player, tough to contain. If you could try to double up on him, he can get the ball over. That's why he has the 6 assists, because if he gets double teamed, he knows how to get rid of the ball to somebody else who can make a play.
He scored 34 goals as a junior last year for the Eagles, and I fully expect him to be one of those guys that is really in the running for Mr. Soccer this season. Well, we'll see if Totino Grace can keep the train rolling or if Osseo can pull off the upset here on the grass field at Grace. It's the Orioles and the Eagles. The boys game up first here on CCX.
Here she comes. I, Krista, take you, Jamie, to be my wife.
When we found out that we were pregnant, we were just elated. We were just sitting there waiting for the pediatrician. She said she won't be taking you in as a client.
We are a lesbian couple, but she's just a baby. She's the one you're denying the service to.
Welcome back. The sun's starting to peek out. We had a sprinkle or 2 just as the teams were starting to warm up, but really not much to speak of, and it looks as though the weather should hold out pretty well for both this game and the girls' game, which will follow. John Jacobson will be along to join Sig for the girls' contest coming up later, as you see the Eagles and Orioles getting set for battle here. Kyle Getchie, the junior, will be in net for Osseo, and there you see Philip Ronza, senior for Totino Grace. Going with a lot of seniors in their lineup today, senior day for the Eagles, so they had a couple of switches in their lineup based on that as well here. So there's a look at Getchie in the bright pink as he makes his way to the net.
Waiting for center referee Jordan Bullets.
Endley puts it in play, and we are underway as he gets it back to Stevenson Lamar, and he'll drop it over left side now as Parker Yeager puts it onto the foot of William Cardinal. Banged on out of there by David Mendoza of Osseo, playing it long ahead where it's run down by Xavier Savard. Actually, he's going to let it go all the way back to his keeper, Ronza. Little tap up the middle. Lamar pushes it out wide to the right there to Thomas Setter. Setter avoiding the first defender, then broken up by Juan Torres for Osseo. Throw for the Eagles. Jaeger sending it ahead, but then it's hammered on back out of there by Samuel Pangba for Osseo. Eagles right back to the attack. Lamar dropping it off for Jacob Wasik. He's pressured, and they'll start it again from the back, going to Savard. And now Lamar playing it for Endley. It's off the right side of his foot, but he circles back to get it. Endley's pass broken up there by Yafet Berhane. Eagles get it back though. Lamar. Endley coming up to meet it, and it's jammed away from him. It'll be another throw for Totino Grace. So you get a look at Pat Hager, his third year as head coach of the Orioles, former player for Osseo, as is his assistant there on the left, Hende Brownell. Throw here for Osseo. Nice effort to keep that ball alive by Berhane, but then knocked away. It will be a throw for Osseo. I thought, oh no, I guess not. Totino Grace taking the throw. Here's Lamar looking for Endley. That one is broken up. Field's in a little bit of tough condition. Osseo, of course, mostly used to playing on turf. This is their second game on grass this season, and it's a little chewed up, no doubt.
Yeah, a little choppy here and there. Also, the grass seems to be just a little bit long, so we'll see how that affects the players, if at all.
Wality working it up the left side here for the Orioles. Of course, the Eagles a little more used to being on the grass field. There's a look at Bill Vance, now in his 17th year and winning a state title last year. They certainly look like a contender. It was interesting, though, talking to them. He really stresses to this team that we're not defending anything. It's a brand new year. Everybody is going after the title the same, you know, so nice job there by Freddie Stevens to break it up, but it comes back to Setter. Now Jaeger had it taken away. Nice step in by Massaquoi. Setter picks it up. Played ahead toward Endley here, but Mendoza getting there for Osseo. Massaquoi flicking the header. Good step in though by Alex Sharp for the Eagles. And then that pass intercepted by Wality for Osseo. He'll drop it back to Brandon Gonzalez. Oh, but then they give it away. Lamar looking for Endley. Broken up initially, but Stevenson Lamar back to get it. Being hounded there, and he looks over to the right side and finds an open teammate as he gets it to Sharp. Pass ahead broken up, and we had a trip, I think, called against Osseo, so it'll be a free kick coming up here for Totino Grace as Sam Rubio got there just about a half step late and ended up tripping the Grace player. So it'll be Endley getting set to take this free kick for the Eagles. Referee directing the Osseo box back a couple of yards here. Decent opportunity here for the Eagles.
Sure, 30 yards out. Nice high shot.
Oh, and there's Lamar. Oh, great
wow.
save by Getchie as Endley put it right in a good spot. Two Eagles were there. Lamar getting his right foot on it, but Getchie just making a save here, and it'll be a corner for the Eagles. Cardinal will take this corner kick now for Totino Grace. Boy, a near miss there for the Eagles off that free kick. Cardinal sending it low. It skips around and it bounces in for a goal. Totino Grace on the board, as I believe Thomas Setter will get credit for that one. Last one to get a piece of it there. Yeah, he's getting the congratulations. So Setter will score for Grace. Just 5:09 into the contest.
Here, see it again. Low shot, hits traffic, hits the Osseo players, and then kind of ricochets off number 3. That puts it in, makes it 1-0. Here, you see it again. Almost like a pinball bouncing between the defenders, and nobody was able to block it out.
Yeah, you see so many corner kicks oftentimes where they're really, trying to play for a header, get the ball way up high, and that can be good, but it also means a little bit easier time sometimes for the keeper. On one like that, you're kind of in a tough spot when that ball bounces around like that. And Setter, he didn't really hit the ball much, but he got just enough to make it roll into the net that last couple feet. And that's right place at the right time. So Setter will get the goal for the Eagles, and they lead it 1-0. Osseo, their first possession deep into Grace territory here. Get a throw, and they go quickly with it. Well, let's see. We had an offside call, though. The flag was up on the near side here. Referee didn't see it immediately, nor did I, but then they get it, and it'll be Ranza to put it back in play here for Totino Grace. Ranza banging it up the middle here. Now a battle for it. Eagles come out of there with it. Jaeger giving it up to Cardinal. Cardinal sending it for Endley. But out of bounds it goes, and a throw by the Orioles, but too high. McAllen McSherry up with it there. Jaeger directing it to the outside, but not handled by Cardinal. And we will get a throw here for Osseo as Stevens will actually not take it. He'll hand it over to Mendoza to throw it in. Knocked ahead by Morales. It's going to bounce all the way down to the keeper, Ranza. So Totino Grace, a near miss off a free kick. That led to a corner kick, and they end up getting one in off the corner. So an early lead in the 6th minute of the game. Grace goes up 1-0.
So the Orioles need to just kind of hang together, get an offense going, and get back into the match.
And a pass taken away there. Massaquoi coming up with it for the Orioles, and his shot, diving stop by Ranza. He kept it low on the ground. Ranza ranging over to get to it. Banged ahead by Cardinal, trying to go way cross field with it. Nice interception there by Pangba, but Eagles got it back. And a big collision at midfield. Endley dropping it off there for Lamar. Both those guys were a little nicked up, along with Eric Krieger, and didn't practice on Wednesday. Had a hard-fought 2-0 win over Centennial Tuesday night.
It's intercepted the header, and the Eagles defense comes back to get the change.
Flicked ahead now to Endley, is able to control. No, he's offside though. Either he or Lamar were. So a free kick here for Osseo.
David, bring it up to the 30. David, bring it to the 30.
Mendoza being told you can go up another 5 is where the call occurred. Trapped down by Lamar. Nice dish out to the left here for Cardinal. Cardinal looking to spring Endley. Catches up to it
Offside.
right, and they're offside again.
Just a little bit too anxious to get going, but I have a feeling they're going to change that. But it's pretty clear what they're trying to do. They get the ball up on the near side, up to where Endley is. And if he's not open, get it to number 7, Lamar.
Endley's so fast. That's the thing with trying to, they're conscious of him and all that, but sometimes it's just hard to combat that speed when he's able to get a quick step and get ahead of you. The problem is he didn't wait quite long enough to go. Throw in here for Osseo. They've at least settled and gotten, to play a little more even, but the problem is one goal's already gone in for Totino. Here's Massaquoi looking left with it, but that one slammed out of there by Sharp. Eagles able to control it. That through ball didn't get there though. Lamar trying to win it back.
You can see also shifting 2 players over on the far side on the wings to try and block these passes.
Setter leaving it for Cardinal. He'll chip it long, looking for Lamar. That's another offside though against Totino Grace.
They had 2 guys offside that time.
trying to stretch that Osseo defense. And I don't know. I mean, in some ways, I'm thinking Grace, that doesn't bother them that much because they know what they're trying to do, and all it takes is once or twice for that to work. And if nothing else, you get that defense a little bit scared and maybe pull back a little bit.
Exactly, because they, you know they're coming, and you know they're going to hit that long pass. There's an opportunity.
Morales carrying it nicely up the middle, and then a battle for it. Going to be a call going against Massaquoi of Osseo, though, as he tried to win that little battle for the ball. Pretty good job by Morales there, turning that ball straight up the middle and then dishing left, but a little too aggressive trying to get it back. So Ronza will put it back into play here for Totino Grace. Certainly a much better looking early evening weather-wise than what it appeared, just a little before game time. It was pretty dark clouds for a little while there, but right now looking pretty good.
Yep, you can see the shadows of the player on the field. And there's a race, watch out.
Stevenson Lamar takes it away and he scores. Had the defender in his sights and he picked his pocket and rolls it home. Stevenson Lamar getting the goal for Totino Grace, and they go up 2-0.
Boy, you could see that one developing. Look, Lamar chasing it down, gets behind the defender. The keeper is out of position. And Lamar with great vision. Watch this. Nice takeaway right there. Turns and shoots. Almost a wide open net.
Well, and I tell you what's also impressive about that takeaway there, Sig, is that he didn't overcommit and commit an obvious foul.
Right.
He
stepped in front of him.
Yeah, he played it nicely. He was aggressive, but not too aggressive to the point where because right out in the middle of the field like that, and if it leads to a scoring chance, they're going to probably call it. Here's Massaquoi trying to answer the other way. That shot blocked, and it will be a corner kick upcoming for Osseo. It's goal number 9 this year for Lamar. Had a really nice time talking with Endley and also Lamar and Parker Yeager at practice for Totino Grace the day before this game on Wednesday. So you can watch for a feature piece on Herbert Endley and also his teammates getting in there too. Here's an opportunity. Keeper is down and it's banged off the side of the net. And it was out of play already, it looks like. So goal kick here for Totino Grace.
Nice corner kick in front of the goal area.
And you see that shot just off the side there by Berhain. Boy, it was nearly a handball there too against Grace, but just kind of hitting the upper arm there as part of the body, it looked like, I guess, on that replay.
A great job by Berhain trying to get that ball in there, but hit the outside of the post.
Yeah, he was in a kind of a prone position on the turf, but he got enough on it to nearly put it in, but just wide of the goal post. Stevenson Lamar trying to get that one back. Stevens comes out of there with it instead for Osseo, and then it will be a throw for Grace, and good sportsmanship there as Zach Kuffel ran into Stevens and just kind of helped him up and said, "Hope you're all right there. You didn't mean to create that collision."
Right, he didn't charge him deliberately.
Lamar falls down after making that header. Now the Orioles looking to turn it back the other direction as they looked up the left side, broken up by Savard. Now the Eagles possess again. Endley will drop it back here for Lamar. Lamar sending it through, and Getchy will get there before Liam Vance can arrive on the scene. Still, if you generate enough of them like that, a couple of them are going to go in, and obviously the Eagles have great skill and have been able to do that a lot this year.
That's true. You can't afford to make a mistake on the defensive end. Not against this team that has so many players that can make an impact.
Well, I was asking Coach Vance about Endley, what makes him special, and he said, he's got a lot of attributes. I mean, speed and certainly in his vision and all of that too. But one thing he has that every team is kind of searching for is just that knack for being able to score goals. And
right.
that, it sounds simple, but there are an awful lot of teams that just haven't been able to find that player who can create a goal and create good chances, and obviously he can.
Well, it's a combination of skills and knowing where to be.
Endele takes the return pass there. Nice tackle though by Berhane. Orioles try and slam it on out of there, and they do. McSherry playing it to the outside. It'll be a throw for Osseo. Totino Grace leading at 2-0 here. We're 15 minutes in to this Northwest Suburban boys soccer matchup here. Osseo on the road, trailing it by 2. Yeager had that one taken away. And then his teammate returns the favor. Cuffle got it over to Cardinal. Cardinal looking to Endele. Nearly tripped over the ball there. Now gets control, chipping it up front and headed by Liam Vance, and then knocked out of play by Stevens way up into the bleachers. It'll be a throw here for Grace. Cardinal getting set to bring it back in here for the Eagles as they look to keep their foot on the gas here and extend this 2-0 lead. Long throw in and bouncing off the chest of Vance there, but right to the keeper, Getchy. Nice interception by Connor Swanson, but then taken away from him. Orioles looking to counter. Here's Massaquoi. Massaquoi pushing it out to the outside. Now puts on the brakes, cutting it back to his right foot. Leave it back for Morales and knocked away. It'll be a throw for Osseo.
Also had to wait for their players to get up there. They had a shortage of personnel on that drive.
Rubio picking it off here, chipping it up front. Headed out of danger, and then Yeager knocks it high in the air. Header here from Yeager. And now they get it ahead to Lamar. He has Endele straight ahead of him in the middle, trying to get their timing. He plays it out front, and Getchy will just win the race. I think Endele was a little bit leery of a few of those offsides there, so he was waiting and waiting.
He was a little bit cautious, slowing up a little bit, and that gave the defense time to react and gets to come out.
High bouncer here. Savard will hammer it upfield. Lamar trying to chest trap it over to Vance. It goes out of play off Osseo, so a throw here for Totino Grace. Osseo's gotten a chance or two, but for the most part, Totino Grace has controlled the action here in this first half, and it's showing up on the board with the 2 goals they've scored.
Right, they've been able to maintain possession. Here we have a foul called against Totino Grace.
Vance tripped him up.
And that's their first foul.
So free kick here for Osseo as they try and battle their way back into this one. Mendoza will take it. Lofting it high. Big bounce there, and Cuffle knocks it high in the air. Endele knocking it over toward Lamar. Lamar, nice move, and now trying to chip it long up the right side. Vance giving chase. Looking to Endele, but it didn't quite make it there. Yeager, dropping it back for Lamar. Stevenson Lamar chipping it ahead, wanting to go to Vance. Endele comes back to meet it. He's double teamed though, and they take it. And a nice move there by Collins Makua for Osseo. And out to the outside, they look for Wality. Getting a step here as he cuts it to the middle and then got underneath that one and launches it high. You could just kind of tell by the little short steps he was taking that he really was looking to take a shot there.
Yeah, he wanted all the power he can muster in his leg and got underneath the ball.
Cardinal to Lamar. Looking to Endele, but stepping up nicely to meet him was Mendoza. Ooh, and then a slip on that turf there by Cardinal. And then Cardinal was knocked down by Berhane. It'll be a free kick for Totino Grace. They go right back into play here. Lamar. And it just went out of play. Berhane was, he was like, I'm not going to be fooled by your moves. He just came right at him, but the ball ended up rolling out. And there, the original game ball was still kind of on the edge of the field there. So the referee said, let's hold on a moment. Lamar, a little back kick there, trying to get control. Now plays it through for Endley. Endley in close, and he'll get the goal. It bounced past Getchy and then ricocheted right back off Herbert's foot, and he knocks it home, and it's 3-0 Eagles.
You see it again, little back kick, heel kick from Lamar, breaks the ball loose. Oh, did you see that last move, the little flick from the left foot? Watch this. This is pretty slick. He's gliding with, moving past the keeper, and then slides that left foot like a golf club and gets it into the open net.
So Endley will get his 16th goal of the year. Great assist too by Lamar. Those guys are a good combination, and so a 3-0 lead here for Totino Grace. They've been getting chances. Here's Wality stopping, looking to shoot it here for the Orioles. Now gets the pass away, but just knocked away. Defense did a pretty good job not panicking. They stayed in position. So Grace, I'd say, so far, Sig, every bit as advertised here. It's our first time seeing him in person this year, and looked pretty darn good.
As we said in the pregame, looking at the record and their, the results, you can see they've been able to score a lot and win some big games.
Now Lamar trying to get it. He could not do so. Yeah, they graduated some of their defenders. That was a spot where they needed to replace some, but they've been able to fill in pretty well, looks like. Here's Endley turning it back now for the Eagles, and here he goes with a little space, playing it for Vance. Oh, what a nice defensive play, though. That one broken up, just a lunge. It was kind of like put the hamstrings in danger there, but a heck of a play made by Pangba for Osseo. Because that actually really was a well-timed pass.
Yep, and that was off to the races, but thwarted by number 18 on defense.
Here's Massaquoi controlling it for Osseo. That left-footed shot. Let's see, did it hit anyone? No, it looks like not. It's going to be a goal kick for Totino Grace. So they trying to keep possession of first in the conference and looking very much like they're going to do it. We don't really have much regular season left either here as we head down the final games of the regular portion of the schedule here.
Yep, next week of the last games.
Well, and Grace has a tough opponent coming up here too on Saturday, as they'll be playing at Maple Grove. Those were the teams that were 1 and 2 in the conference last year, and both advancing deep into the state tournament in their respective classes. Maple Grove to the semis in AA last fall, and obviously Grace, as we said, winning it all. And we're going to be having probably Grace's potentially toughest section rival on TV next week too, and the Breck boys are having another very good year, and they obviously had a great game last year in the Section 5A championship with Grace, and so we'll be seeing the Mustangs in action coming up in the week ahead here against Providence.
Substitution for the Orioles.
To a long Kenji Long coming in for Osseo. Tough not to get a little discouraged, you fall behind 3-0 in the first half, and I mean, in some ways they haven't played too poorly, but gosh, Grace just has a lot of creativity and a lot of ability to create offense.
And they come at you quickly, and they got that foot skill to move the ball around with their deep in your defensive zone. Here we go again, Lamar.
Lamar had a really interesting answer when I asked, do you and Herbert kind of have a competition between you? And he said, absolutely not. Whatever he does that's good for the team, I'm all about, and whatever I do that's good for the team, he's all good with that. So it isn't. It's just a great pairing. And he admitted to kind of looking up to Herbert Endley, even though I found out that Endley is a senior and Lamar is a junior, but Lamar is older than Herbert Endley, who is very young for a senior, still 16 years old here in this fall soccer season right now as a senior. Subbing in for Osseo is Al Mamadou for the Orioles, coming in to replace Walati here. So throw for the Orioles. Boy, they would love to get on the board here before the end of this half to feel like they've still got a shot in the second half. Down 3-0 right now seems like a long way to come back, and it is. But if you were able to get one in,
right,
you at least feel like you got a shot.
Exactly. That's a big part. Getting that confidence and the motivation going. Foul against Osseo, their fourth.
Endeley turning upfield here with it now. Briefly lost it, got it back, and then he was tripped up. Free kick here for Totino Grace. Vance will line it up here to take it for the Eagles. Looking for Lamar and just knocked away at the last moment. It will be a corner, but Mendoza really laying out to get to that ball. I think Lamar thought he was going to be maybe in front with nobody between him and the keeper for a moment, but Mendoza got a piece of it. They go short with the corner. Here's Lamar trying to drop it back, but he touched that one a little too soft, and it goes out of play again. Throw for the Eagles.
Yeah, that time the Osseo defense reacted very nicely. As soon as that ball was touched, they got into their formation.
In for Yeager. Yeager firing the left-footed shot, but missed the net, and it'll be a goal kick here for Osseo. Did a good job of really, creating a chance quickly there, but missed the net by quite a bit there out to the left side.
And looking over at William Markham's display, that's the first shot Totino Grace has made that did not go on net. They're shooting an 83% shot on goal in the first half.
Amadou getting control here for the Orioles. Can't get through that double team though. Now Yeager swinging it over to the left side here for Jacob White. Lamar, and now they'll bring it back to the middle. Eagles really possessing the ball well, moving it upfield. Vance dropping the pass back. And tried to play that one long. Massaquoi, though, got in the way to break it up. Lamar with the header. High bounce there, knocked ahead by Pangba. And it'll be a throw here for Osseo. Little joust for it there. Orioles able to come away out of the pack with it. That return pass was deflected, and I believe a really long tripped on the ball. So I think a good no call there. Ahead from Massaquoi, the header, and then another header from Makua. He comes to get it as the keeper, Ranza, all of a sudden was there. And neither one really won the battle because Ranza couldn't get the ball. Played out front and headed away there before Massaquoi could get to it. White plays it out to the right side. Eagles gonna switch fields here way across for Lamar, but too high up and over his head and into the Osseo bench. Breeze, I think, might have had a little bit to do with that one. He was looking like he was going to get under, and then he just realized this ball's over my head and there's nowhere else to go. I'm already near the sideline. Eagles trying to get it moving their way again here. Connor Swanson with a little space, looking left for White. Swanson's header for Vance. Liam Vance looking for an opportunity here. Pretty well defended. And then he gets it back out of there. They'll give it back for Vance, running in a big circle. He ran a long way to get to that one. Endeley deflecting it out wide for Swanson. He'll chip it and battle for it in the air. Oh, and Lamar trying to knock that one in with the side of his foot as he came flashing in out of nowhere. High bouncer here. Mamadou getting control for Asio. Playing it up for Makua, but out of play. And it looks like we had an offside call anyway against Asio there. Well, 10.5 minutes to play in this first half, and Totino Grace leading it by a score of 3-0. 3 different goal scorers. Setter, Lamar, and Endley have scored for Grace. Be a throw here for the Eagles. Lamar looking to Endley. Getting to the middle. Endley, a little stutter step. Dropping the pass off. Trying to bring it right back to the middle there, but it's hammered to the sideline. And out of play, it'll be a throw for Grace. First, there's going to be substitutes allowed in, though. Prince Cole will check in for TG, and for Asio, it's Drew Long and Abraham Kamara. Yeager returning that pass to the outside. Now Yeager trapping it down here for Grace, looking to Swanson. Swanson trying to go to Lamar. Stevenson Lamar's pass to the outside was off an Asio foot.
Yeah, the defender got his foot just in there in time to prevent that pass.
Yeager looking ahead, but broken up. Masakwe has been strong on headers there, got it ahead and then knocked out. A play by Grace. Zach Kuffel, a throw here for Asio. Knocked over to Swanson. He'll swing it out to the right. Vance working it back into the middle of the field now. Finding Lamar. He'll flick it ahead, trying to go to Cole.
He kind of picked that ball up with his foot and tried to get it over the head of the defender, but didn't have quite the height.
Yeager serving one into the middle, knocked out of there. Vance coming up with it. Now Vance will keep it out to the outside, chipping it far post. Too far for Swanson. He is able to track it down though and keep it in. Nice hustle there.
Ooh, miscue.
Pass getting right past. And hustling to try and win it back was Eric Krieger there after he'd let that ball go through. Be a throw here for Totino Grace. Cole.
Trying to set up, they got 3 attackers up there.
Jabbed away from Lamar. Now Krieger getting back to it. Krieger's pass is intercepted, or at least knocked away by Stevens. A throw for the Eagles. You can see that they're kind of want to keep this tempo up. They're trying to wear Asio out. Let's keep coming at them.
Well, this is what they do best. Ball control, possess it, pass it, be aggressive.
Step back.
Drop back here to Kuffel. Trying to swing it over, but too far to go for that one, and taken by Mamadou for Asio. Deflecting off Krieger and then sent back toward the Asio end again. Swanson. They get into quite a battle there as Swanson and Mamadou fighting for it. Lamar trying to work his way through, but just too much traffic there. Up the line they go, intercepted by Savard. It'll be a throw for Asio. Flick to the middle, and then now a little follow-up, Masakwe.
It's a 2-on-6.
And here's a shot that'll bounce on net, but not a whole lot on it. Kamara getting that shot away for Asio. Jacob White leaving it for Yeager. Good possession here by Grace, trying to stretch that Asio defense out. McSherry goes way across field now. Vance Didn't get much on that one. I don't think the Eagles get a chance to practice on this field very much either, and you know, there are times they've left balls short too. You mentioned the grass being, you know, maybe just a little bit long and obviously a little bit chewed up in some spots too.
Right.
It is a fairly different game going from a field like this to the artificial turf. So, but again, it's something you have to be ready for both things in this conference. It's still a mixture. There's quite a few that have turf and quite a few that don't. Throwing it in here is Lamar, just trying to get a turn and go there for a shot, but jabbed away before he could do so. McSherry runs it down here for the Eagles. Yeager, nice ball there to White.
Wow, look at this ball movement.
Yeah, even when it doesn't result in anything, when you see like 4 passes connect like that, it's pretty impressive.
Right, and those aren't just touch passes. These are good, solid passes, and there's always a player at the receiving end of it.
Well, and I'll tell you what else that does too, Sig, besides being tougher for the defense to defend, keeps everybody offensively on their toes too, knowing the ball might be coming my way.
Right.
I got to be ready for it.
Absolutely.
Not, you know, they'd still be a good team if they just watched Endley and Lamar go and do their thing,
right,
and didn't use everybody else, but that's not really the way they do it.
No, they move it around quite well, and you're right. If you're in the midfield area and the ball's coming at you, you better be ready for it, because you're going to do a 1-2 touch and then pass it up ahead.
Flicked ahead now. Yeager gaining control as we approach 4 minutes to play in this first half. A 3-0 Totino Grace lead. They've been as good as advertised so far. As we said, undefeated against Minnesota teams this year. They lost a couple in the tournament out of state teams. Ronza will boot it away here for the Eagles. Ooh, we got a lot on that one. High bouncer here. Lamar trying to get it and get control. Here's Lamar. And a battle back and forth. Good recovery by Mendoza. Boy, it looked like Lamar was going to pull away from him there, but Mendoza stuck with it.
Yeah, he didn't let Lamar get in front of him. So great job on defense by Mendoza.
Turnover here. Krieger leaving it for Yeager. Yeager slipping it to Lamar. Just a lot of bodies there, though, to try and get through right up the middle. Massaquoi had it then knocked away by White coming back. And then Kuffel deflecting it deeper into the Osseo zone. It stays in the field. And now booted out. Throw for Grace. Kuffel getting set to trigger it in. However, his teammate Yeager was tying his shoe, so he waited up for that. Header, and then Massaquoi flicking it high in the air. Stevenson trying to get that one, but Mendoza with the header, and then we get a foul call against Osseo. So Grace will get a free kick, only about 4 or 5 yards outside of the penalty area. So opportunity here.
This is a good set opportunity. 25 yards out. And I missed the signal. Was it indirect kick or a direct kick? Indirect.
Lamar will drop it over. Nice fake by Vance. Fires. Oh, catch you. Great save. Rebound try is in. Vance able to bury it. Man, that first one was a smoker right on goal that Getchie made the save on, and following up is Vance to drill it home. Watch this one. Nice fake. Blast the shot. Then the second one is just inside the goalpost there.
Could not turn in time to get that one. But what a brilliant save on that first shot.
Substitution for the Orioles.
And so Liam Vance becoming the 4th different goal scorer for Totino Grace here with that one. That is his 6th of the season. Yeager sending it ahead. Vance for Lamar. Trying to play it back out wide for Vance. The Orioles win the race to it, though. Torres knocks it out. Throw up coming here for Totino Grace. Krieger finding Swanson.
Yeah, Totino Grace not slowing down one iota. It's attack, attack, attack.
And Lamar
gets in there, brings it back. There's a shot, not much on it, deflected.
Back out it comes as we go under a minute to play in this first half. Knocked down by White. And Jaeger's back pass, though, taken by Drew Lung for Osseo. And here they come the other way with Mamadou. Sending it ahead, but Krieger is there first for Totino Grace. And they'll play it back now off of McSherry. About 20 seconds to go in the half. Osseo trying to push it forward, maybe get one last try at it here. But instead deflected out of there. Jaeger knocks it to the outside. Comes to Lamar here, and he will wait it out as the half comes to an end. And so Totino Grace dominating the first half on their home field. Our score at halftime of this Northwest Suburban matchup, Totino Grace 4 and Osseo nothing. We'll have first half highlights and more for you here on CCX.
Leah, did you put a new dent in that?
This one? No.
Were you texting and driving again?
Yes.
Hi, Leah.
Hi, Dad.
Sorry about your bumper.
Pretty dominant performance in that first half, as you can see on the scoreboard for Totino Grace, ranked number 1 in Class A. They lead Osseo 4-0 as we check out our first half highlights. And didn't take long for the Eagles to get things going here as Endley takes this corner kick. Now, a great save by Getchy, but it led directly to an opportunity, or that was a free kick, and then this corner kick. Low, bounces around a little bit off of Thomas Setter's foot and in. In the 6th minute, Grace was already up 1-0. Here's an opportunity for Osseo. Massaquoi, left-footed low shot, but a diving save by Ronza. And then Grace attacking as they ball ahead. Now watch this steal. Lamar reads it very well, jumps in front of the defender. Getchy came way out, and he just tucked it away from him. Lamar has probably been the best player on the field in this first half. Osseo, good opportunity here off the corner. Watch this one just off the outside of the net as Berhane was being knocked down. That one could have very easily gone in. Then it is Totino Grace. Lamar knocking it ahead. Endley. First shot stopped here by Getchy, but then it goes right back off his heel, bouncing in, and he'll take it. And then Vance, another great save by Getchy, but then the rebound, Vance gets it right back, knocks it just off his hands and in. So 4 different goal scorers for Totino Grace, and they have really dominated this first half, Sig.
Absolutely, and it shows up in the numbers too. Eagles with 8 shots, 7 on goal, 2 fouls, 2 corner kicks. For Osseo, 3 shots, 2 on goal, 5 fouls, and 1 corner kick.
So we have 1 half to go here at Totino Grace High School. The Eagles leading Osseo 4-0. Our second half is on the way in just a moment.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
And we get set to begin half number 2 here, and here's where, you know, it's tough, but I think if you're both teams, Sig, you kind of want to wipe the slate clean and not really be thinking about the score. You just want to try and play your best here in the second half. If you're Osseo, that means, you know, trying to get on the board, trying to just, you know, take the memory of that bad first half out of the way. And if you're Totino Grace too, I think you you don't want to let up. I mean, eventually you're going to be subbing in a lot. We saw Lamar right there was on the bench to begin this half, and it's possible we won't see him in the second half. He was a little bit nicked up coming in, but you want to keep your edge. You want to still play hard, and because you've got a few more important games coming up later in the year, you can't afford to just sleepwalk through this half, even when you're the team that's way ahead.
Right.
Osseo looking to attack up the left side. Wality stops here, crosses that ball. Massaquoi trying to circle back and see if he couldn't get to it, and flag goes up here. This was a handball called against Totino Grace by the AR across the way as it came up to the wrist or elbow area there. And so it will be a free kick for Osseo, I think. Yes.
Yeah, it should be. It's going to be about, well, it's about 31 yards out. So here we go, officially moving the wall back.
Massaquoi banging it into the wall. Second opportunity, and Ranza dashes out to get to it here for Grace. Nice ball into the middle front to Jaeger, and then knocked away from him. Vance will send it over left side here for Totino Grace. Jaeger sending it up, but nobody really home on that side for the Eagles, so Getchy will come way out to grab it.
Now that's his defense, and he's going to give it a punt.
Jaeger gaining control, looking for Swanson. He gets back to it and dropped the pass off. They try and spring Prince Cole up the middle, but knocked back out of there. It will be a throw here for the Eagles. Eric Krieger. And we had a handball there, yes, against Osseo. So free kick for Grace. Vance getting set to try and hook this one in with the left foot. Broken up initially, still not out of there yet. Now Krieger coming away with it. He'll play it out to the outside here. And that one deflected, and Getchy will come up with it. Might have been going to go off the side of the net there, but he wasn't going to take any chances.
I was going to say the same thing. Yeah, don't take that chance, because you never know when someone's going to poke a foot in there and make it interesting.
Knocked high in the air by McSherry. Now the header to the front. Ooh, that was close to being a handball there on the Eagles defender.
Yeah, that could have been bad news.
Wality dropping it back for Morales.
They're also showing some life here on offense, putting the pressure on the Totino Grace defense.
Vance looking for Endley. He and Massaquoi battle, and Prince Massaquoi wins that battle, getting it for Wality. It's onside. Here's his shot, and he scores. Osseo on the board. We said some pressure's been forthcoming, and they're able to finish it off as Wality taking the pass, and he buries it.
Here, see it again. Nice move here. Sees where the keeper is. Nice vision, making that ball go past the keeper, and all of a sudden it's 4-1.
Well, you could see really well on that shot just how much net there is to defend if you're the keeper in that spot. There was a lot of net to shoot at there, and Walter did a nice job, didn't panic, just kind of picked his spot, put it out to the outside of Ranza a little bit. So 4-1. Osseo rewarded for the good start here to begin half number 2. Wality coming back to meet it here. Boy, he turns on a dime and goes into the attack mode here. Leaving the pass then for Morales, and then a collision. Morales gets back up and gets to the ball. Krieger bouncing off Drew Lung there, and Krieger wound up with it, but then they give it away.
And Osseo now with the momentum on their side. Totino Gray's kind of shaky getting that defense back in shape.
Wality stepping to the middle. Swanson stayed with him. Swanson then jabs it away to Cole. Swanson will get back to it. Now to Yeager. Parker Yeager working it up the left side. Now trying to go to Endley, but it was knocked away by Stevens. Grace will take the throw. Endley trying to gain control here. Turns it back to the middle of the field. Ooh, and then a big time collision there as Drew Long came back and met him, and they both go down.
Let's see it again.
Eagles back on the attack. Knocked out of there. It will come back to McSherry. Now Yeager. Yeager, nice ball to Swanson. Looking outside, but a little bit of a mix-up there, and well read and taken by Pengba. Orioles counter. Double team knocks it away. It'll be a throw for Grace, and they're going to try and go in a hurry. Swanson looking to trigger this one in.
I think he waited a little bit too long as the Osseo players started to get into the passing lane.
Vance fought his way through a double team. Massaquoi indicating to the referee that he elbowed me, but didn't see it. Here comes Endley cutting to the middle, and he goes down hard. A little slow to get up. Pass coming back the other way. Boy, things are getting a lot more physical. Here's Long to it. Here's his shot, and just up and over the top. And Osseo really getting pumped up. It's getting physical. They're trying to show Totino Grace they're not out of this thing yet. They almost got their second goal of the half right there.
They had a good opportunity with a quality shot and then went over the top of the net for a goal kick. But yeah, you're right. Osseo showing some definite life here.
Swanson playing it to the outside. Yazbek then giving it back to Swanson.
Oh, referee didn't see that.
I think it was almost like Swanson's the bigger guy, so we're going to give the Osseo the benefit of the doubt there.
Yeah, he couldn't see him.
Head for Endley. Avoids the tackle, cutting it to the middle. Endley pass deflected. Now Yazbek cutting it to the middle, but then knocked away from him. Yazbek and Pengba do battle.
A lot of pushing and shoving.
Yeah, it's amazing how much more physical this one has gotten. The first half I thought was mainly pretty clean. I mean,
yes.
We saw a few times when guys knocked each other down and they, gave a little handshake or pat on the back. And I kind of have the feeling we're not going to see that as much now. It's a game on here.
Yeah, I think the niceties are over with, and we're here to play the game. I'm impressed that Osseo has made their comeback here.
Banged right back out of there. Stevenson Lamar did not start the second half, and I was, you kind of had the feeling maybe they don't want to use him anymore, but now he does come back in after seeing how Osseo had, really gotten things going. And obviously it's still a 3-goal lead. It isn't like they're right on their heels, but it's definitely a different feel. Late in the first half was all Grace. They just were moving the ball. They were dominating. Now it's Lamar. Knocked away. Orioles Drew Long, and then he is knocked down, or play goes on. They're kind of letting him play. Guys are getting knocked around a little bit, but unless it's really blatant, they're letting him go, both sides.
It's a shot that goes way off to the right.
Anthony Nahn taking that shot, and it'll be a goal kick here for Totino Grace. So they were seemingly very much in control, and again they still are at 4-1 for sure. But it's just the kind of the tone of the game has changed a little bit here. Osseo has really come out with fire. Now Endley getting control, pushing it out to the right. They're offside there anyway.
Yeah, you can see Totino Grace definitely taking this seriously now. They were kind of coasting at the end of the first half, but
Jaeger looking for Endley here for Totino Grace. Herbert Endley trying to play it through for Cole, but that one blocked down. Wasek sending it up toward Lamar, and then Verheyen knocked that one out of midair. Endley coming back to get control. He'll drop it back. Go to the middle, it comes loose. Lamar playing it to the right, and the D gets there first. It'll be a corner kick. Lamar had pretty good vision there, as he knew he had one more teammate out wide to the right. I think it was Yazbek, and it looked like for a moment that was going to be an easy opportunity for them, but it didn't quite work out. Again, they go short and hard with that corner. It's banged right back out of there. Another corner kick for Totino Grace. This time way long toward the far post.
Yeah, way over.
And then a shot taken there, but Getchy will make the save for Osseo. Throw coming for Totino Grace. Wrong signal given initially. Drew some grumbles and then they corrected it. High bouncer here. Endley getting control. Ooh, he and Verheyen go at each other a little bit.
Lucky he didn't get a foul for that.
Smack back out of there. I think sometimes when when you're a really talented offensive player, you get to a point where you've kind of had enough, where they're coming at you all the time. They're banging you, they're knocking you around a little bit, and then sometimes you eventually just say, I've had enough. Bouncer to the front. That one mishit, but Getchy will come away with it. Oops. And then collides with Cole. And I don't think they called a foul there, actually. Just, it looked like more of an inadvertent collision, maybe. Battle for it along the sideline. It will be a throw for Osseo. As Gonzalez getting set to come back in for the Orioles, I think. Did they wave him on? Yes.
Substitution for the Orioles, number 7, Brandon Gonzalez.
So now we will get the throw here for Osseo. Mendoza throwing it in. Wasek the header over toward Lamar. And taken instead the other way by Morales. Long ball here. Keeper way out. Ronza waits for it to get into the penalty area there so he can scoop it up. Big high bouncer here. And a battle for it. Cole now coming away with it for Grace. Plays it to the outside. A couple players went down hard there. Grace bench was upset. They thought Cole was fouled. Now it is Endley trying to get free. Herbert Endley with the left foot and blocked by the defender at point blank range there. Chip to the outside and run down there by Yazbek for Grace. The D converges on him and trying to keep it going, and then finally knocked out of play while seated there. It'll be a throw for Grace. Krieger. Cole pushing it back out for Krieger. He and Wality do battle, and Osseo wins it.
I'll see if they can get a counter going.
Long chasing it down here. 2 against 4 though. Massaquoi trying to jump in and take it back. He did get a piece of it, and then McSherry though controlling by Osseo is playing so much harder here in the second half. It's almost like they kind of got a little mad there. Here's a pass ahead. Endley trying to get control. Getchy way out. They both go sprawling. And the save made, and Endley looks like he's a little shaken up.
Yeah, he got that collision. Watch him here. Keeper comes out. He kind of trips over, and then he just rolls about 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, it looked like Getchy kind of fell into his leg a little bit there. And call going here against Grace. Krieger stepped up to meet it, knocks it out of play. Another throw coming. And this one will go out off of Osseo, so Krieger will take the throw in. Lamar had it go past him, and now the other way we come with Gonzalez sending it up. Long getting control, slips but gets right back up. Keeps possession here. Long now rolling one toward the net, but not much on it as Ronza grabs it. Yeager with plenty of room to work with. Massaqua's down injured near midfield for Osseo, and the Eagles will play it out of bounds on purpose to allow them to tend to Massaquoi here. Kamara coming in. It might be a cramp, maybe. That's what I'm thinking by the way he's reacting and the way his teammate just went ahead and picked him up. Another look. Yeah, he's just kind of hopping around right there. I think it may be a cramp.
I think you're right. They got him on the near side. Let's see if they'll start working on him. It's a little bit cool. It's the temperatures in the upper 50s.
So Osseo will throw it in to Totino Grace. It's a sportsmanship thing, obviously, there as the Eagles played the ball out of bounds to allow the injured player to get his way off the field. So Eagles get it back here. Ooh, Inverley took a pretty big push from Stevens, but ruled legal. It goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw for Totino Grace. And you see Massaquoi talking things up. Don't see a trainer
I was just
anywhere in the
looking
vicinity.
Yeah, I was looking for the trainer. I don't see one.
Ball played ahead, knocked loose. Yeager coming back for Grace. Cole couldn't quite reach that one. It comes right back to Yeager. Then Lamar playing it to Wasek. Long for Yazbek. And jabbed away from him. It will be a corner kick coming up here for Totino Grace. Only goal of the second half coming for Osseo as Robert Wality got the Orioles on the board. They have been a different team coming out with a lot of fire here in the second half. Still trailing at 4-1 though. It was almost a perfect first half for Totino Grace. Herbert Endeley will take the corner kick here for the Eagles. And it's right on target, and Wasek knocks it in for Grace, and they restore a 4-goal lead. Wasek right place, and Endeley puts it right where he wanted to there. Watch this one right on, coming in right off the left knee there, and Wasek will get it. So in the 57th minute, Wasek will get the goal for the Eagles.
It's being in the right position at the right time, and
his second goal this season.
And Endeley with the assist and a perfect corner. You know, we keep talking about how important it is to get these set plays, and especially the corner kicks.
And he really put that ball where he wanted to.
Oh, that was perfect.
A lot of times you'll see where they just kind of, you know, in general, get it out to the into the mix there out front. But he put that ball pretty much where he wanted to. It appeared there, and Wasek timed his run very well too. And at that point, if you get a good enough setup, you don't really need to have a great shot. I mean, it was just off his knee, but just redirect.
Right, exactly.
Endeley leaving it for Lamar, and then back to Wasek. Trying to go to Prince Cole there, but intercepted. And Wality and Krieger go head-to-head. Ooh, and then hard collision there as Endley doing battle here with.
Oh, he gets tripped up.
Yeah, Verhane coming in.
I think Endley is over talking to head coach Bill Vance. Probably see he's limping a little bit.
Savard will take the kick. Looking far post. Here's a header and just over the top. Stevenson Lamar getting to it and got good contact, but just couldn't quite keep it within the frame of the net. And that was a call. Oh, we had a sub coming in. At first I thought he was calling a handball. Lamar's disappointed because he thought, oh, I've got an interception here and a great chance to score. But they hadn't signaled the ball in for play because there were subs coming in.
Yeah, not surprising. As Endley goes out.
Vance coming back in. And yeah, I have to admit, I think at this point it'd probably be not a bad idea to consider. He's really taken some punishment, and he was already had a turned ankle a little bit coming in.
Yeah, well, he was being just bombarded in the second half.
Bounces free. Vance coming up with it. Vance has a little space to work with here. Turns back the other way, trying to go to Jacob Wasik. Wasik, his shot deflected by the defender.
Tried to clear it and came back and got it out. That was Pangba.
Wasik stepping in, trying to steal that one back. But really noticing, you know, just overall, certainly a size advantage for Grace. They've got some kids that are quite, you know, bigger and a little more aggressive than Osseo too, or stronger. And at times it's, you know, paid off with them being able to win balls. And you see a guy like Wasik there, pretty strong. Taken away there by Gonzalez. Looking for long, and this bouncer will go just wide. And let's see, is it going to be a corner kick?
No. That was a lot closer than it should have been.
Yeah. A little hesitation by Grace, one of the few times we've seen that. It's going to be a goal kick, though.
Lund's been pretty active in the last 10 minutes. So they need to keep an eye on him.
High bouncer here. Masekwe's come back in. We do think it appeared to be a cramp that he left with a few moments ago. Played up the middle, and Janza kind of skidding to a stop in that tough turf there. He'll come out and boot it out of here. Flicked ahead, and it'll be a throw for Tino Grace. A little battle for it here. Cole is going to be called. He maybe pulled a little bit. Eagles didn't agree. They felt like the Osseo guy was leaning into him, and that he just kind of.
He got the arm out.
Shoulder,
yeah. That's the rule of thumb. If you see shoulder go in front of the chest area, then that's a foul.
Krieger will throw it in. Non coming back in for Osseo there. Well, it's certainly been a more competitive second half than you know, maybe what you thought it was going to be at halftime. Give Osseo some credit for coming back. I mean, obviously they're still going to lose this game by a big margin, but they didn't fold the tent up at halftime like they could have.
Not at all. They came out smoking in the second half, right on the kickoff.
And even though Eagles, I think, probably aren't thrilled that there's been as much, you know, banging around and guys going down hard, I think it's probably good for them that they were pushed a little bit like this and made to work in the second half too.
Oh, absolutely. I think if you talk to Coach Vance, he'll say the same thing. You know, it's good to play somebody when they play you tough, you know, regardless of what the score is, because as we can see right now, Osseo is not going to sit back and just watch the game go by.
Chipped ahead by Morales.
They're trying to get to Lund, but Lund is the only guy up on top.
Yeager gaining control for Grace, looking for Vance, but Massaquoi, nice feet there to come away with that one.
Ooh, got hit in the head.
Yeah, did he get hit? No. Massaquoi feeling the sting of that one.
Well, he gets right back in there.
Vance coming away with it for Grace, and then his pass knocked away. He might have had a shot for himself there.
Yeah, I just think of that. I kept waiting for him to turn and shoot, but he likes to get that ball out to somebody else. Now let's see, he's got it again.
Trying to play it through for Lamar, but...
Oh, nice play by Vance, putting the ball right where it should be. Lamar not able to get to it, but good shot, good try.
And this push call will go against Osseo, as again, things certainly have gotten a lot more heated here in the second half. And guys kind of playing to the edge, nothing real dirty or anything, but definitely physical. This one's offside. Coach Vance expressing his displeasure. He felt that it was not an offside, but not going to win that argument. Orioles working it back upfield. Knocked down, but Massaquoi is there with it in a little space. He goes to long, and then a return.
Oh, just
overrun a little bit. Here's a long try, though, and a nice stop as Morales got a pretty good piece of that one, and Ronza ranging to his right, and again, not going to take any chances on that little bumpy turf in front, just diving to smother it. Chipped ahead, the race is on, and here's Lamar. He will put it in for a goal. Getchy coming out to try and meet it, but Lamar held his ground there and is able to knock it home.
Number 7, Stevenson.
You see it again.
Winds up basically being a breakaway.
Just catches it on the bounce and just lifts it right over the keeper. Nothing he could do to stop that one because he was just too far out.
So Lamar becomes the first guy with more than one goal tonight. They'd really all spread it out on the scoring. And that's his second goal of the contest right there. I think not that many guys would be able to slow themselves down to shoot that ball the way he did. Most of the time you'd see a guy either try to go to the side and then shoot it, but he kind of read the keeper pretty well there. That was a nice goal.
Yeah, he saw the keeper was out a ways and the ball was coming over, and it just happened to be about 2 or 3 feet up in the air, which is perfect for
Here's Massaquoi turning it back to the middle, and he was tripped up, and this may be a PK here, I think.
Yeah, that's a flagrant foul.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a penalty kick, and the Eagles pleading their case. I don't know. I don't think it was very flagrant, and they're even saying that he had the ball, but clearly it was in the box. So if you're calling foul, it's got to be a penalty kick, and that's what's going to happen here. As Prince Massaquoi will take this PK here for Osseo. If not lacked for goals in this one, that's for sure. It's 6-1 right now, and Osseo a very good chance to put their second on the board. And here's Massaquoi, and he will hit the corner of the net with that one, so a 6-2 game now. As he buries the penalty kick.
Keeper had no shot. That was just perfectly placed, low and outside.
So a 6-2 score as this one got some interesting twists and turns down the stretch here.
Now who knows, 14.5 minutes to go. Anything can happen, but you got to give the momentum to Osseo. They just don't go away. Even though Grace has put 2 goals in the second half, they're they're down by 4 now.
Massaquoi losing it there, trying to win it back. Yazbek getting it over to Yeager. Yeager playing it for Lamar. Battle for it there with Stevens. It's a throw for Totino Grace. Get it back in for Yeager. Lamar pushed it ahead, but then knocked out of play. Another throw here for the Eagles. Yeager will drop it back for Krieger. Chipping it, and they're offside. So Osseo will get a free kick out of it. Grace, a full slate next week. You know, they're at Maple Grove Saturday, and then they've got Irondale Park Center and Champlain Park to conclude the regular season down the stretch. And Osseo also still going to be busy after this one. They've got Armstrong Saturday and then 3 more next week, Coon Rapids, Andover, and Anoka. Be a throw here for Osseo. Morales triggering it in. Krieger knocking that one away. Wasik to Lamar. They're able to keep it in up that line, and then hammered out of play by Mendoza. Throw coming for Grace. They'll sub Jacob White in. And Liam Vance will check out here for Grace.
He gets a rest. He's had a pretty good half.
Long throw in. Massaquoi is first to it for Osseo. Knocked high up in the air. It will be a throw for the Orioles. Bounces over to Yeager. Yeager dishing it to the left. Sharp run off it by Wallity there. And it's a throw coming for the Orioles. Unable to control it though, so Grace back to the attack. Played ahead, and it'll be knocked out of play by Mendoza. Throw coming up here for Totino Grace. They lead it 6-2, trying to stay undefeated against Minnesota teams this year. They do have 2 losses, as we said earlier, but both were to teams from other states. Yachi coming out to grab that one. McSherry playing it ahead to Yeager. Lamar gets control. Looking to swing it back over to Eric Krieger. Up it comes now for Cardinal. Pass deflected, but still got to Lamar. And then the Orioles jump in and take it. Massaquoi.
Osseo counter.
Yeager trying to control it at midfield. Now Lung looking back for Prince Massaquoi, and he'll be called for the push there as he tried to get in position for the header there with Yeager. Into the body of Cardinal, but he keeps possession, then played it long, broken up there. Massaquoi lofting it ahead for Long. Krieger circling back, finds Wasik. Now Cardinal. Lamar trying to go back to Wasik. He has to knock it back to Yeager. Stevenson Lamar trying to get turned there and plays it for Wasik. And it's knocked out. Let's see, it's still alive. Who's it going to be here? Goal kick. Subbing in for the Orioles is Mamadou.
Substituting for the Orioles, number 21, Al Mamadou.
Catchy will take this kick for Osseo as they trail at 6-2 here. They were down 4-0 at halftime, so both teams have scored 2 goals, although it's definitely been a different half. Osseo came out much better here in the second half than they did in the first.
Yeah, apparently the halftime speech for Osseo worked.
Yeah, you wonder a little bit if the coaches, you know, said, let's see some pride in the second half. You guys really got dominated. Come out and show us some fire here in the second half.
Well, they have certainly done that. And on the other side, Totino Grace still playing with that tremendous passing and you know, the scoring propensity that they have to get their 2 goals.
Yeah, they really settled down. I mean, they kind of had to weather the storm. I think they came out, you know, with that big lead, maybe playing, you know, a little bit slower to begin the second half. And then when they saw that Osseo was, you know, coming at them and going to be physical with them too, that kind of, you know, woke them back up a little bit too.
A little bit of wake-up call.
Throw in here for Totino Grace. Now Wasik getting control. Yeager. Boy, their passing has been a thing of beauty at times here tonight.
Yeah, I love those. I mean, those aren't short passes either. Those are 10, you know, good 10, 15 yards in distance, but they're firm and they're accurate, and that's what counts.
Wholesale changes here for Osseo as Alex Bull will come in. Also, Kenji Long back in. Collins Makua returning as well.
And while we have stoppage officials for this game, Jordan Pullitz is the center referee, Sao Cheng, AR1, and Michelle Warren is the AR2, and she will be center ref for the next game.
Number 22, Zach Couple.
Pass ahead, nice hustle by Cardinal to get to it, getting it over to White. Jacob White crossing it here. Mendoza knocks it high into the air. And a good job to get it out of there, but they couldn't quite control it there as Hangbai hit that ball harder than he wanted to. Throw coming for Grace. Wasik. Sig, I'd like you to sport that hairstyle for our next game. What do you think?
I don't think so. I don't have enough hair to do that with.
Wasik will throw it in here.
I can get a wig. Again, Totino Grace moving the ball around. It's going to be a goal kick. Yes, goal kick for Totino Grace. Corner, I'm sorry, yeah.
Lining it up is William Cardinal. Goes low on the ground and he deflected right on net. Boy, Osseo kind of backed off and let that one go, and fortunately not really a hard shot, just a redirect that went right to the keeper.
And I wonder if the keeper called him off on that.
Yeah, it almost seemed like it, didn't it?
Yeah.
The way they kind of just let that ball go. I'd have to say Osseo's had a little bit of trouble defending corners tonight. That might be something that they do a little bit of work on as they get ready for the stretch run of the season here. Throw in coming there to Rubio, but taken away, and here come the Eagles back the other way. Not for long though. Nice step up by Verheyen. And it'll go out of play. A throw coming for Totino Grace as we've ticked under 5 minutes to play in this one. The outcome's really not been in doubt for a long time, but as we said, I'm kind of pleasantly surprised to see as competitive a second half as we have after Grace really just dominated the first half and led 4-0. And you don't really want to see 40 minutes of basically playing out the string, and we didn't see that.
No, we didn't. Actually, in the second half, it's a 2-2 tie game. And Osseo has absolutely earned that.
Yeah, I believe a handball called there against Osseo. Bull didn't mean for that to happen, but it bounced up off his foot and right into his hand there. So free kick here for Totino Grace. Little battle for it there in midfield. Jaeger coming up with it. He's got good control as a guy you could really see being a vital part against some good teams that they'll be seeing, you know, in playoff time. Here's a cross out front. It gets through everyone, then popped high in the air. Cardinal heading it toward the goal, but trapped down by Mendoza. Jaeger up with it again, playing it through. Getchy gives up his body, comes diving out at that one.
And that's the other aspect Osseo can work on. You got to work on the defenders, not allowing the offensive forwards easy access through the line.
Back the other way, an opportunity, but Wasek able to shield that ball away and then clear it up the sideline.
Yeah, great play for Wasek. Maintained his control and position, was able to knock that one out. Osseo with the throw in.
Banged back up field here by the Eagles. And Mendoza will loft it back the other way. Mendoza gets there and knocks that one out of harm's way there. A throw coming for Grace. First they're going to sub Thomas Setter back in. Setter, who scored the first goal, seems like a long time ago now, way back in
yeah,
just over 5 minutes in.
Yeah, way back in the beginning of the first half.
Rolls loose and Osseo will clear it out of play. Another throw coming up. Cardinal, a long throw and comes to the post there and knocked out of there by Osseo. So Eagles will get a throw in out of this one. So we go under a minute to play, and Grace gonna chalk up their 9th victory of the season here. The long one comes all the way across and then just pounded out of there by the Orioles. It will go out of play, a throw coming for Totino Grace. So impressive showing here by the Eagles, certainly, Sig, with that 4-goal first half, and then Osseo coming back hard at them, but Eagles then netting a couple more of their own, and we can see why they're ranked #1 in A.
Absolutely. They were a little bit pushed back when Osseo came out at the beginning of the second half, but they gathered their composure and went right back to ball control and the offensive charges that they've been displaying all game long.
Reminder to watch for the girls' game between these two schools as well, coming up on CCX as the final seconds tick away. And it is Totino Grace defeating Osseo here in the boys' game by a final score of 6-2. Best of luck to both teams as they wrap up the regular season next week and then head into play in their respective sections. Totino Grace in Section 5A and Osseo in Section 5AA. For Sig Lagery and all of our crew, I'm Jay Wilcox. Your final in this one, Totino Grace 6 and Osseo 2.